Hip hop, kind of an unlikely pairing, but it's become a massive musical success for Black Violin.
And Black Violin is Will B and Kev Marcus. They've been playing together for years, making a sound that is really rewriting music. And we have a taste of it to let you listen to. Right, that's impressive. I think that's.
And they're here.
Yeah, they're here with us right now. And I think that really what kind of when people first see you perform is that the first thing to tell you got classical chops.
Oh, absolutely.
You spent some time practicing.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Tell us how it came together for you.
20 years in, 25 years in, 25, 22 years in. We started off just in public school system, playing the viola and the violin, and it just kind of spawned from there. And went to college, got a full scholarship to college. I went to Florida State, FIU, and then this whole idea of hip hop and classical was always something that was in us. It was always something that we experimented on, just to have fun, just to continue to play this instrument. And 20 years later, we're here in Cincinnati, sold out show, so it was incredible.
When you guys were kids, did you imagine that you would have this kind of following? Did you imagine you'd be stars? Was that your dream when you were a kid starting out?
I guess it was a dream. I didn't think we didn't think that the violin was going to be the tool to get us there. We wanted to be just beat makers like Neptunes, like Pharrell.
Yeah.
We wanted to be beat makers behind the scenes, but when we'd play the violin on the beats, people would just be blown away. They'd be like, "Well, how are you doing that?" And for us, we looked at each other. We were like, "Man, it's pretty easy for us to do this. Maybe we need to package this up and try to put together a live show and start touring it because people seem to be blown away by it."
Wow.
So it just kind of happened. It was just sort of some skills we put together, that we've gained, and we put it together in the right way, and it's just been a really good success for us.
Just about any kind of sound you can get from a viola or a violin, you guys produce it during the course of your show musically. From bluegrass to hip hop to classical. Is that something that happened organically? Did it just evolve, or did you do this on purpose?
Absolutely organically, yeah. We didn't wake up one day and say, "Ooh, hip hop, classical." Didn't happen at all. But that's the thing about it. It was very organically. It was very naturally. Growing up in South Florida, just the whole scene, the hip hop scene, and happened to play this instrument. For us, it was just natural to put these two together to experiment and have fun. And like I said, 20 years later, we're here sold out in Cincinnati. So it was definitely something that was just organic and naturally just kind of grew into this amazing movement.
Well, you make it sound like it was really easy, and you make it look really easy when you're up on stage. What was the challenge of it, or what was maybe the hard part to getting to this point?
At the beginning, you're trying to sell this idea, and then, before Twitter and YouTube and everything, we walk into a club, South Beach, we're like, "Hey, we got these two big black guys that want to play some violins for your club," and people will laugh us out the door. So the idea of it was sort of, the genius behind it is the idea of it, but it's one of those things that you kind of have to hear or see to make you understand, like, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life, So I think that was the hard part. Now with YouTube and we've been able to showcase ourselves for 15 years now. It's easier to sell ourselves now. But at the beginning, it was a little difficult. So,
learn to play violin is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of long hours of practice and getting past how it sounds when you first start.
It's tough.
A lot of screeching.
But for young black folks, especially young black men, to embrace this instrument, do you think that A, you are dispelling stereotype, and B, that you're drawing other people into the instrument?
Absolutely. I think, we don't look like your typical violinist. No. And for us, we own that. We embrace that. We embrace the fact that when you come to the show, you're not going to expect to hear what you're going to hear. You know what I mean? You're not going to expect these two guys to play the way that we're going to play. Yeah. And we're also bridging gaps between these two worlds, and that honestly brings this unity type of energy. You know what I mean? When you see the crowd, there's all different kinds of people in the building. So it's an amazing thing to see, and it's incredible. And we're breaking boundaries, stereotypes, and you know, bring people together.
And you reach out to kids too. You have an educational outreach.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. I mean, we have a kid show tomorrow morning too, so it's a
Right.
couple thousand kids that get bussed in to see us.
That's great.
And you know, throughout the show, it's like, yeah, you know, we want to entertain them, but we also want to educate and inspire. So, you know, we want them to, you know, leave like feeling like, man, that's the first like real concert I've ever been to. But at the same time, to leave and like, I never thought a violin could do that. What else can do something that I didn't think was possible? What can I do with science or math or teaching or basketball, you know, and take it to a different place that, you know, I didn't think was possible. Now that I've seen Black Violin, maybe I can.
I love that.
Right.
I love that
Excellent,
message.
excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Will be Kevin Marcus.
Thank you.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
And Black Violin, as I mentioned, is sold out show. It's tomorrow night. And if you want more information about the group, and I know you want to find out more, just go to local12.com and click on the green Get It links, and it tells you everything you need to know about Black Violin.
It was a pleasure.
It's
Great.
absolutely-
We'll be right back.
Thanks for having us.